ECIC, your export risk partner.
Every company, when they have banking lines, they have a finite amount of banking lines that are accredited to them due to the size of their balance sheet. So our cover enables them to have an additional credit line to support that contract that they may have that they need to deliver on. So that's how we facilitate and make sure that they at least are able to deliver on that contract. Failing that, the delays come in because they're trying to take a finite amount of money that they have from the banking lines and apportion it to all their maybe local projects that they're working on, as well as this additional big contract that they may have won or may have been awarded as a result of being a subcontractor, or whatever the case may be. So our cover gives the bank a little bit of comfort because we're covering the financial institution for up to 90% of the value of that working capital facility. So they are crediting that risk to SA government, and we obviously take a view on the South African contractor and their ability to deliver the project, that they have the technical expertise. And to a certain extent, you do have to have some kind of financial capabilities, because we won't be able to do it for you if you're simply a startup. You have no track record. We have no way of knowing if you have the capability to deliver on that project.
Are there any projects in the pipeline that are really exciting for you?
Look, for us, we are excited about every project where we're able to make a difference. I think the key thing for us is when a client comes and they could have potentially lost the project because they didn't have the funds, and we cover them. That's outstanding. But the important thing to recognize is that because we do not have lending capabilities, we rely on the appetite of the financial institutions to be able to support the transaction. We're looking at a few projects that are coming up in Francophone Africa, and that's very key for us because historically we've done a lot in Southern Africa. There's been some work in West Africa, in Ghana, Sierra Leone, but we're really trying to expand our reach into Francophone Africa, into the French-speaking region. We've got someone in our team that's specifically looking at that region, and we've got some transactions on the pipeline, and that gives us a little bit of excitement because it's showing that our contractors or our South African manufacturers and exporters are not just looking to their neighbors in close proximity, but that they're venturing further afield.
Is there a value that you could assign to unlocking the West African market?
Wow. Not really. I think if we can get in and start doing business there, that's a win for us. Because if you look at Francophone Africa, even where South African contractors have gone in and they've bid for transactions, we've come very close on several occasions, and somehow it gets snatched by a French company. Because of those historical ties with the French, you find that we've been struggling to break into that market. But we've had some good progress, especially in the maritime sector, because South Africa has very strong expertise in terms of boats, yachts, and larger shipping vessels and ferries. So we've got quite a lot of opportunities that we're looking at in that sector. We've still got a lot of infrastructure projects that are coming up as well. So that's quite exciting because that sector is struggling in South Africa. As you all know, the construction sector. So when we do get those leads and we link them up to South African contractors and they are shortlisted, it's quite heartening for us. I think another thing that would be a win, because there is a sector, one of the sectors in South Africa that's struggling as well, would be the defense sector. So there are quite a lot of opportunities there as well. So if we could be supporting those companies and the ones that make your ambulances, your army vehicles as well, and if we can get the banks to come on board as well in terms of financing those projects, it works out quite well. I think one of the other things that I'm quite hopeful about is the fact that we are also looking into being able to provide lending capabilities. So that will plug in the gap where where your South African lenders or other financial institutions don't have appetite. So we could still facilitate or assist South African contractors even when the local banks have restrictions for whatever reason.
ECIC, your export risk partner.